नाज़रीन, अमरीकी कौंसल खाने जे कल्चर अफेयर्स जे ऑफिसर क्रिस्टिना ट्रेबल ऐं इंफॉर्मेशन ऑफिसर सिडनी सिम्थ हैदराबाद में मेहरान टीवी जी हेड ऑफिस जो दौरो कयो, जिते हुननि मेहरान टीवी जे सरवाण गुलाम नबी मोराई सां ख़ुसूसी ॻाल्हि ॿोल पिण कई आहे। अचो तव्हांखे अमरीकी कौंसल खाने जे वफ़द जी कयल ॻाल्हि ॿोल ॾेखारियूं।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम नाज़रीन, अॼु असां हाज़िर थिया आहियूं। असां वटि US काउंसिल जनरल जे ऑफिस जा ॿ ऑफिसर आया आहिनि। ऑफिसरियूं सिंधीअ में चवंदासीं आयूं आहिनि, जेकी मेहरान टीवी जे विज़िट कयो अथनि। मेहरान टीवी ते अचण जो मक़सदु हो त हिते अची तव्हां सां ॻाल्हि ॿोल बि कनि। असां तव्हां सां ॻाल्हि ॿोल सदन कराईंदासीं। असां वटि ॿ महिमान आहिनि। हिकिड़ी आहे क्रिस्टिना ट्रिबल ऐं शी इज़ कल्चरल अफेयर्स ऑफिसर इन US काउंसलेट Karachi, and Sydney Smith. She's information officer in consulate, US consulate Karachi. Thank you very much joining me and joining us in Mehran TV. Christina, first question to you is that how about your duties? You've recently come, I think 6 months back.
Yes.
You're definitely predecessor was here, and you have started the work where he left. Now, what do you think? What he has left in good shape? What he has left? What you have to work very hard to do it better?
Well, I think the whole purpose of my job is to build connections between the people of Pakistan and the people of the United States in the fields of art and culture and education, non-governmental organizations. And so we partner quite a bit with universities, with various artists and writers. But it's also about working in both sides, both countries, so that the US has a better, fuller, richer understanding of Pakistan, and that Pakistan has a better, fuller understanding of the US. My predecessor did a lot of very good work here and told me that he was leaving me with one of the best jobs he could think of, and he was right. I think now really our goal is to reach out to people who live maybe in more, who live outside of the cities, the big cities, and to continually kind of reach out to young people as they become older and sort of offer them partnership opportunities.
Well, so far education is concerned, I need not to say that we need more aid on education because our primary and secondary education needs more attention. What are your projects to take care of those children, in particular the people living in the rural area? It must be known to you, should be, that people in rural area, they live, 75% of them live below poverty line. Yeah. So what projects you think that are good for them, and where you have started the things?
Perhaps I can answer that.
Yes, here comes the information.
Well, there's two parts actually.
Yeah.
So one of those is the Sindh Basic Education Program, which is a project of USAID, and it's been very successful so far. So it's aimed at primary and secondary schools across Sindh. It's a plan to open over a 5 to 10 year period, 112 schools in Sindh and 5 cities of Karachi. So that's aimed at making sure that we have quality education, quality facilities, and also that schools are retaining students, because just enrolling is a first step, but they actually need to continue their education as well.
No, but how about I have heard that the school buildings have been constructed, but the staff is not been, teaching staff and other staff has not been installed. Is it correct?
So we're working with the Sindh government as well for ways that we can improve quality of teaching in addition to building the facilities, because it's not enough just, as you said, to have a building. Yeah.
Only building doesn't serve the purpose.
No, it doesn't at all. And I think maybe you can talk about some of the teacher training programs.
And once the buildings are built, there were over 1,000 Pakistanis each year that traveled to the United States to go through educational exchange. And the idea is that the structure of the schools here, the future of that is for the Pakistanis to decide. And so the partnership that we would like to play is that they might come and study for part of the time in the U.S. as a Fulbright scholarship. For example, I was talking with a gentleman today who lives here in Sindh who develops curriculum. And he did a Fulbright scholarship in the United States and now is back writing curriculum for in Sindhi language for these schools. We also look at the students. We run a program called the YES program, and it's for high school age kids. and they go and live in the United States for a year. They live with an American family. They go to school like an American with their American brothers and sisters, and they really become a part of the family.
Lovely.
And then they come back here and they share what they've learned about the United States. And those families in the United States, by the way, become quite devoted to Pakistan. We've heard from our families in the U.S. who host Pakistani students that once they have a student from Pakistan, they don't want any other country. That they find them bright and engaging and charismatic, and their openness to sharing their culture is wonderful. So I think that this partnership for prosperity is really about how we build on each other's strengths to help support the system.
I believe that since the last few years, the relationship between US and Pakistan has improved, and both the people have been of both the countries have come closer to each other, and this credit goes to, of course, you people, because you are the eyes, ears, and tongue of US government. So honestly, you in Sindh, we hardly heard the name of US consulate staff or US people visiting other places, or knowing that problems of people, knowing the genuine problems of that province or that country.
Yeah.
But this time, what I see is since last few years, US consulate Karachi has been very active, and people of Sindh appreciate their effort, particularly in regard to giving importance to Sindhi language. I think first time it is done quite recently, few years back, and you people are taking care of it and bringing people more closer to, because these your tours and these coming out of the office, going to the fields, this shows that you are genuinely thinking to get people closer to each other day by day. So this is what is my opinion, and this is what is I have heard from people at large, that you are taking genuine interest in genuine problems of masses, and you are trying to see that those are resolved. So as an information officer, since you are the spokesperson of the US consulate also, so what do you think? What do you think something else could be done?
Yeah,
here?
I think what you say about our interest in Sindhi language is definitely true. We're trying to do a lot more of our outreach in Sindhi. You know, we have translation staff to make sure that we're really reaching out to Sindhi community, both in Pakistan and the diaspora community in the U.S. as well. And I think they've been very vocal in pushing us towards seeing the diversity of Sindh. You know, it's such a rich province. There's so much here. And it's really wonderful for us to be able to get out like this, whether it's Hyderabad, whether it's northern Sindh, other parts of Sindh, just to see Sindh beyond Karachi. And that's been very important to us. And we've been really really grateful for everyone we've met being so welcoming and sharing their stories so that we can share that with others.
This will give you more insight of the things,
Exactly.
and that will help you in gauging the things properly, introducing those reforms which you really want to do.
Yeah.
So I think that is, and as a cultural officer, Christina, what do you think? What else could be done on cultural front?
You know, I'm glad that you feel a change in the last few years in terms of the United States and Pakistan growing closer together, because my own personal experience has been nothing but wide open hearts and really honest, eager interaction. And so I'm not sure, what I find most of the time when I bring Pakistanis and Americans together, I don't have to do much. I just have to get them in the same place. Because if I bring some Pakistani teachers and some American teachers together, they learn from each other. There are things that Sindhi teachers can teach American teachers about working with multiple languages, you know, and about the richness of the Indus Valley and the long culture here. And then there are things that American teachers can teach Sindhi teachers on sort of new research for managing rural schools, whatever it might be. So what I would just encourage is wherever there is an opportunity to welcome in an American to your home, or for those families who are thinking about exchange programs and they think, I'm not sure I could send my daughter or son to the United States to go to school, I would just say, please think about it, because we will take very good care of them, and we're eager to host them and learn from them, and then we're eager to come back and continue that connection.
Okay, Christina, what do you, how is your opinion about the people of Sindh? When I speak of people of Sindh means Karachi in Pakistan,
Yes, no.
Karachi and whole of Sindh. So people of Sindh means people living at Karachi or living anywhere else, in any corner of Sindh.
I've had, like I said, I've had nothing but just warm engagements. I find them open. I find quite a sense of humor, quite a playfulness. Of course, I knew about the hospitality before I came. Although if I keep eating, I don't know that I'll go back to the United States. I'm sure a full 30 pounds heavier because Pakistani food's delicious and everybody offers it freely. And it's really been a delight. And the Sindhi culture is so rich, whether it's textiles or music or weaving, art, pottery. There's just a lifetime to things that I could spend doing here as a cultural affairs officer.
And how about you, Sydney Smith? What do you think about people of this region?
Yeah, so this is my second time in Pakistan, and I think
First time, when did you come?
First time I was in Islamabad. So this is the first time I've been in Sindh, but second time in Pakistan.
You know, first lady, there was one lady, I've forgotten the name. She stayed here 3 years. When she was leaving, I remember there was a farewell in Avari Towers. I'm sorry, I've forgotten her name. But she was so courteous and so... She started weeping when she said, "I'm leaving this province.
Yeah.
I'm leaving this place. I'm sorry, I cannot give you her name." So I hope second time when
there's a lot of us who come to Pakistan once and then we find we want to come back again, and I think that's just proof of the hospitality of Pakistan. For me, learning more about Sindh this time around has been a real joy. And it's been something really exciting to dive into because I didn't get to see this part of Pakistan the first time I was here.
Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Sydney.
Thank you very much.
नाज़रीन, तव्हां प्रोग्राम ॿुधो. असांजो मक़सदु हो त तव्हां ताईं ॻाल्हियूं पहुचायूं जेकी असांजे लाइ हिन धरतीअ लाइ US काउंसलेट कराची वारा कनि पिया ऐं हुननि जा प्रोग्राम्स अॻियां छा आहिनि सिंध जे माण्हुनि जे लाइ. ख़ुदा हाफ़िज़.